horrible place to practice criminal defense. I will tell you it's probably actually Maricopa County, Arizona, who brought us one of the most outrageous sheriffs, and a state who has brought us some of the most outrageous laws. Lori Shanks, besides being one of my favorite people to learn anything from here at the college on the faculty, was training director for the Public Defender's Office in the most horrible place to practice criminal defense law, and trained some of the best attorneys who ever walked into the courtroom. She subsequently, being a master at trying all sorts of cases, including homicide, settled herself into New York and became a master of defending people on murder cases, and a faculty member at law school teaching law students how to do everything from interview, negotiate, prepare, do trial advocacy, training always people out there. She's one of the most gifted and generous people you could ever get a new idea from, and it's my privilege to introduce her to you today to tell us something about our relationship with our clients. Lori Shanks.
Lori, good to see you.
Hey, Deputy Ward, how are you?
Pretty good. I haven't seen you in the courthouse
I know.
much.
Well, you know, I was on vacation. I have a new grandson.
Oh.
Just newborn. I'll show you some pictures. I've got my iPad here. I'll show you some pictures on the way
They let you
out.
bring the iPad, and I told them to search you on the way in.
Well, you know, I'm friends with them all down there, so they let me bring them in.
Have you had any cases in the courthouse?
Yeah. Oh, well, is that my client?
Natalie or Natalie or
Something like that. Yeah.
Nathan,
okay.
is it Nathan?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Let me. Hi, Mr. Natalie.
It's Natalie.
Oh, you know those ethnic names. Is that sometimes have some problems with those. You know that he's such a nice guy. You know. Yeah. You haven't had you didn't have any problem with him, did you? Well, you know if you.
No, I had no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, let me just get started here. You know, it says here. What is it? How do you pronounce that again?
Natalie.
Natalie, okay. All right, so I've got some information here. It says that you were selling crack in the South End.
I didn't sell anything. They've got me mistaken for someone else. I'm not the guy, and I kept telling them that, and I'm telling them, you know, that's it. So
Okay, well,
I
right.
know what they say, but I'm not the guy.
Okay, well, right now, you know, your case is going to go to a grand jury tomorrow.
What are you talking about, going to a jury?
Yeah, well,
We're gonna have a trial tomorrow?
well, no, not a trial,
You just
grand
said we're
jury.
going to a jury.
No. Okay, look, one of us has got to talk at one time, okay? So.
You just said there's gonna be a jury. How can there be a jury?
Well, there's a grand jury. They just have
Are
to
you gonna
find
pick these
probable
people?
cause. No.
Who's
No.
gonna pick them then?
The prosecutor.
Oh,
So-
you know, what do you?
You know, well, they don't even pick them. You know, they're just there. And, and the prosecutor's gonna talk to them. And it doesn't matter, because we don't get to be there. But I need to get some information from you. This is really important.
Look,
What's your
I'm
social
gonna lose
security?
my job.
Okay,
Look,
look, I can't represent
work-
you on civil matters, okay?
I'm
So,
going to be evicted. I have a place to stay, I have rent to pay, I have a job. I don't want to lose it. I'm trying to do
okay,
everything
well,
I can
can
that
I
needs
tell
to be
you
done.
that the
I
amount
didn't
of
do
crack
this.
cocaine they say you did, it's mandatory prison. So we're
Well,
not gonna
well,
work,
I didn't do anything then. What
Okay.
amount are you talking about? I
I'm
don't
talking
know what
about
you're talking
over 8 ounces, that's what they say. But I
Who
gotta
is
get
they?
some information from you.
Who
Are
are
you,
they?
look, are you gonna give me some information? Cause you know, I can't help you if you're not gonna help me.
Well, you don't even, what are you gonna do?
Well,
I mean-
first you gotta give me some information. I
Look.
mean, I have to fill out my
You don't
intake
even know my
form.
name already?
Well,
You haven't even looked at
okay,
anything?
I
You
have.
can tell me that I'm gonna go to prison for 8 years, but you don't know anything about me?
Well, I'm gonna try to find some information about you
Look,
if
I
you
don't-
quit yelling at me. You know, I mean, here I am. I mean, you see any other lawyers around here today? I mean, it's fucking Sunday night, and I'm here, and you're treating me like shit.
Look, this isn't working.
Yeah, I would agree with
Could you call your
that.
friend, because I want out of here?
Okay.
Lori, is everything okay in there?
No, you know, I think I'll come back
All right,
another
we'll let you out
time.
of here.
Okay.
Now I go back to cell C.
Okay.
Now.
All right. How we doing so far? What's he gonna say to his cellmate back in cell C about me? Yeah, okay. Public defender. Does he even know I'm the public defender?
No.
Does he know, at least he can't, like, say nasty things about me by my name. Okay, because I haven't given it to him. Okay, so what did I do wrong? Everything. Okay. Lots of people say that about me. Okay, so what did I do wrong?
You didn't, well, first of all, you kind of insulted him by saying ethnic names.
Okay, so I kind of insulted him.
Credibility went down a notch.
Buddied up to the cop right in front of him.
Buddied up to the cop in front of him,
You didn't
okay?
know his name.
Huh? I didn't even know his name or how to say it. What else?
Tell him your name.
I didn't tell him my name. Okay, what else?
Oh, why you live there?
Or why I was there.
And then you started saying they
I didn't
said.
explain the process,
Right.
okay? And did I listen to him?
No.
Yeah,
You
probably
kind of
not.
accused them.
So pretty much, how many people have seen, that may have been a bit of an exaggeration, but how many have seen interviews that are something like that? Okay, a lot of us. How many people think sometimes their clients don't like them? How about don't respect them? How about don't trust them? How about, well, actually for a while I thought my name was White Bitch Motherfucker. And I don't want no white bitch motherfucker representing me, okay? Happen to any of you? Okay, it can happen to you whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever. You can just kind of change. Like, I don't want no black bitch representing me, or I don't want no white bitch motherfucker, whatever, and really, sometimes our clients are really creative. I go, really, can you do that? I'd like to try that sometime. All right. So why does that happen? And how can we change that dynamic is what we need to talk about today. So, if your client is storming out of the room, it's really hard to get much information. But what are the constraints that we have? What are the problems? Time. Okay, how many people feel rushed? How many people feel like they have way too many clients? Way too little time? How many of you meet your clients in jail and you have more than one person you need to see at one particular time? How many people see your clients for the first time in court and the clerk or the judge is saying, or the clerk is saying, the judge is ready to take the bench. Are you ready? That happened to any of you? How many of you are told by the prosecutor that if the guy or the girl doesn't take the deal within the next 15 minutes, it's withdrawn? Okay, and so your first conversation with your client has to do with taking a deal before your client has any idea who you are, why you're there, or what the options are. So we know that we have all of these constraints. But we know if we do an interview similar to the one that I just did, how many people think Tony likes me? How many people think that if I give him my analysis of the case, he's going to believe it? How many people think he's going to follow my advice on what would be best for him? Okay, nobody. Come on, one person think I can change this dynamic. No, it's not going to happen if that's how we're doing the interview. So instead, we have to remember, and it's hard not to think about ourselves, right? Because we're the ones who have 50 cases, and we're the ones who have 10 minutes. And we're the ones who the guard is, either friendly to us and pissing off our client, or is like the typical guard who's saying, okay, counselor, which we well know is cop and guard talk for you're a fucking asshole, get out of here, you're bothering me. And saying, it's time for lockdown. You got 5 minutes, okay? So we've got these constraints and we're worried about what we need to do. Because what do we need to do in an interview? For private lawyers, what do we need to do? Get paid. Find out if the person has money to pay us. Depending on our state, we might need to have them sign a retainer or set forth all of the different contingencies before we're ethically allowed to do it. to continue with their case. Whether we're a private lawyer or we're a public defender, what else do we need to do in that initial interview?
Basic information.
We need to get some basic information. What kind of information?
Name, social security.
Name, social security number, we need to get some information. Why do we need that?
So we can humanize our client.
So we can humanize. How many people feel humanized by their social security number?
So that we can get information about them.
So we can track them, okay? How many people here have a cell phone? How many people have a credit card? How many people have a mortgage? How many people have a passport? Okay? When's the last time, anybody remember when the last time they gave their social security number out? Okay, in the back. When did you last give your social security number out?
Credit card application.
Credit card application. Did you get one?
Don't know, we'll find out.
You're gonna find out. How about you? When's the last time you gave your social security number out?
Last week
Last week. For what?
for a security clearance background check.
A security clearance background check, okay? And you get a better job?
It's not for another job, it's just for a case.
Just for a case, okay? So you're gonna get something. For those of us who are affluent, okay, and we might not feel affluent, when the mortgage payment comes due, or credit card bill comes, but compared to our client, what happens to us when we're asked for our name and our address and our social security number? Good shit happens, right? Assuming you think getting more credit cards is good, which I do, because I now have to get as nice shoes as Ann has. And so, I'm just gonna steal them from her later. But, so we get stuff. What happens, who asks our clients for their name, their address, and their social security? Cops, who else? Creditors, who else? Probation, who else? Immigration, who else? Social services, right. When they get asked, they're really humanized. They get rid of their kids, they get deported, they get locked up. Okay, so if you sound like one of those people who does really bad things to them, okay, what's that gonna make them feel like about you? Okay, that you're against them also. You're just one of those other people. So while we tend to be focused on what we need to think about in terms of a client interview is what the client needs and where the client is coming from and what the client needs to hear from us. It's not enough to say, you need to tell me the truth, or what you tell me will be held in confidence and I won't tell anyone else. Because what reason would the person who's never met you before have to believe you? So how do we engender that feeling of trust? How do we work on seeing the client interview from the client perspective as opposed from our perspective? By listening. By listening more than talking. Okay, we as lawyers tend to do two things. One, we've got all this information in our head and we want to give it up. Let me explain to you how the system works. First of all, there's going to be a grand jury, and then there may or may not be a preliminary hearing. And then we're going to and does anybody think that most of our clients have any idea if we try to get all of the information in our head in legalese through to the person sitting in front of us? The next thing we think is that if we ask questions, that's the most efficient way to get information. So if we think, so were you there? So did you do it? So how much cocaine was there? We think we're going to get information. Okay, but just think about that. If I want to find out where Carlotta, so are you from Alaska? How about Arizona? How about California? Colorado? Okay, so I could do that little song in my head, or I could say, where are you from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, really. So if I ask her an open-ended question, can you tell me about, I am much more likely to get the information that I need than if I try to guess in advance what the important questions are. If I let the client set the agenda. Deputy Ward, how you doing today?
Counsel?
Nice to see you again. Is my client available?
Client's in the room, we have
Thank-
15 minutes.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Lori Shanks.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm Tony Natale.
Natali. I was wondering how to pronounce your name, so it's Natali. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. What would you like me to call you? Would it be more comfortable from Tony?
Most people
Okay,
call me Tony.
great. Okay, because it says here Anthony Matthew Natali.
Yeah, well, that's my full name, but I go by Tony.
Tony. Okay, I go by Lori. So
Is it okay if I call you Lori?
absolutely.
Okay.
And the very first thing I want to do is to give you my card. Because I don't know about you, sometimes I forget people's names, and I want you to always know who your lawyer is.
Great.
Because I'm from the Public Defender's Office, I've been assigned to represent you, and I'm gonna be on your case from now until the very end. And anybody I send from my office to talk to you will have one of my cards,
Okay, that's cool.
okay? And here's a rule, I like to tell my clients, unless I'm sitting next to you, or unless somebody hands you that card, don't talk to them.
Cool. That's
Cool, okay. Now, just, I have some questions for you, but I bet you have some questions for me. And your questions are more important. I know that you've been in jail for about 48 hours now. Must be,
Yeah, I mean, I need to get out of here. I got my job. I don't want to get evicted. And I didn't do this, and so, I need to know what's going to happen, what I need to do to get out of here, because this isn't, it's not right. It's just not, it's not right. I didn't do this, and I got stuff, I got responsibilities, and I got to take care of.
okay. So it sounds like you want to talk about a variety of things. The first one, it sounds like, is getting out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, the guard, I don't know if you heard him when I walked in, but they're gonna lock down, they lock down at 5 minutes to 5.
All right.
So today we have 15 minutes, and I know you wanna talk about what happened, because you didn't do it.
Well, yeah,
You wanna talk about your job.
a lot of stuff I need to talk about, yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet. And I just wanna tell you that I'm gonna be back here as many times as we need to.
Cool.
But I'd like you to tell me what you'd like to talk about in the 15 minutes that we have.
Well, I think most importantly is how can I get out of here? That's what
Okay,
I gotta get out. I can't lose my job. It's a good job, and
okay, what job do you have?
I work at the KFC,
Okay, at the KFC,
Yeah.
the one right on Central?
one in Central.
Oh, yeah, that's my kid's favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, they love that one. I bet
Well,
I've
they
seen you
probably haven't
there.
seen it because I work in the back on the fry later.
Oh, all right, so you're the one who, when they order extra crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
okay, good. All right, well, so let me just tell you a little bit about what we need to do in order to get you out. We have to file what's called a bail application. It's just a piece of paper to the judge that tells things about you. Like a really good thing is that you have a job.
All right.
Okay, would you mind, is it okay with you if I take some notes?
No, that's fine.
Okay, because I want to make sure that when I write up the paper, it's correct.
That's cool.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking you things like, where do you live? Are you married? Do you own a house? How
Right.
long have you worked in? And I'm going to take notes, okay?
Okay.
All right, sure has been nice meeting you. Okay, so what's different? He trusts me. Why would he trust me?
Better rapport.
Huh?
Seemed like you were interested in him and helping him.
Okay, I
rather
was
than abusing
interested.
him.
How could you tell that I was interested? How could he, more importantly, how could Tony tell if I was interested?
Because you asked him what he needed from you.
What he needed, okay? Am I gonna get the same information? We all agree, right? I mean, how many of you have to put his name and address and everything like that on the bail application? Right? So we agree that we need to get certain information. So the difference is, how do we get it? Okay? And what's the most crucial thing that I did with Tony?
Listen.
Treated him like an equal,
Listen.
listened to him. What else?
You empowered him. You gave him.
How did I empower him?
You gave him a choice of what to talk about.
I gave him the choice of what to talk about, okay? Every client is gonna know what is most important to him or her, right? It might be not getting deported. It might be not having a felony conviction. It might be, whether or not their dog gets fed. It may be whether their kids are taken away. It may be whether they lose their job. It may be the nature of the charges. And you need to listen to that, because the client is going to not pay attention and not trust you and not listen to you unless and until he or she feels that you've listened to them and you know what's important to them. So while it feels like if we just start filling out our intake sheet, that will be most efficient, the reality is that unless you listen to the client, unless you make the client understand that you're on their team, that their case is important to you, that they're important to you, you will never be able to get the information that you need from the client. It's also an opportunity. What did I do in terms of nonverbal communication?
Shook his hand.
Huh?
You
I
shook
shook hands at
Handed
the
his
beginning.
card.
I handed him my card.
Maintained eye contact.
Maintained eye contact. Okay, why is that? Why are those things all important?
Well, they show respect.
They show respect. Okay. Do any of you have colleagues who won't touch your clients? Yeah. Okay. How would you feel if I came up and said, "Hi, how you doing?"
That-
Yeah. We wouldn't like that very much, would we? Yeah, our clients don't like that either. We know. Do we know when people think that we have cooties?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we know that, don't we? Our clients know that too. Why else? So we want to show respect, we want to empower, but why else do we want to maintain eye contact?
Trust?
Trust?
You'll miss the nonverbal cues.
You're going to miss the nonverbal cues. And what nonverbal cues are you looking for? Facial
He
expressions?
shifts his body, the way he looks
Shifts
at you,
his
the eye
body,
looks
the
away
way-
when he tells you
okay.
something.
We're all doing triage. How many of you have clients who are coming off of drugs? Okay, how many of you have clients who are mentally ill? How many of you have clients who are illiterate? Okay, we need to watch. I mean, if somebody takes a card and doesn't look at it, okay, sometimes I'll tell my clients, you know, a lot of people have really hard time reading, but if you have that card, you can just show it to someone. Okay, you want to never assume that your client can read. You want to be able to do, I call it doing triage. You know, when I'm first in with my client, I want to find out, is he bouncing his knee all the time? Is he doing that because he's nervous? Is he doing that because he's on meth? Is he doing that because, you know, he's on some kind of prescription medication that maybe they're not giving him at the jail? So if you are focused on your file and taking notes, you are going to miss the nonverbal communication that you need in order to do at least a preliminary assessment of your client, to try to decide whether or not your client is coming down, coming up, coming off, is mentally ill, is depressed, needs to be on a suicide watch, needs an evaluation, is able to understand what it is that you're saying. Legalese. I was talking to Marty Pinellas last night, and he gave an excellent example. He says, you know, I talk to lawyers all the time. I talk to lawyers about, you know, whether or not, you know, about aspects of the case. And so sometimes I use a shorthand and I talk in legalese, you know, and I use words that other people don't understand. So be sure to stop me. Don't ever think that it's rude. But you want to try to not use legalese when you're doing it. You want to explain. I want to take notes so I can help you get out. If you explain to the client why you're asking, then they don't think that you're part of the probation department. They don't think that you're about to take their kids away. You're telling them, I'm writing it down, and you're asking their permission. And then you want to make sure, no matter how short the time is, you want to make sure before you end the conversation that you're clear with your client on what he is to do, your client is clear on what you're going to do. Mr. Natale, the guard has just told me that I only have a couple of minutes. So I just want to recap what we've talked about. Now, what are you not going to do?
Not gonna talk to anybody about anything, and, and I'm I'm not gonna talk to anybody unless they give me your card.
Exactly. And what am I gonna do?
You're gonna see what you can do to get me out.
Exactly. So I'm gonna be doing the bail application when I get back to the office today. And I'm gonna be giving, I'm gonna be bringing back a copy so that you can see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that there's no mistakes,
All right.
okay? And then I'm also gonna be calling your wife,
All right.
okay? And
And you
telling,
can call my mom too.
oh, okay, would you like me to call your mom? I'll
Yeah,
get,
because she might help. She might. Yeah.
okay, perfect. And so then I'm gonna hook both of them up with the bail bondsman, Mr. Bernardo.
All right.
Okay, and Mr. Bernardo will be seeing them, so if they call you, you can tell them that they can talk to Rick Bernardo.
Rick, could you write his
I
name down?
can, that's a really good idea, so that you don't forget when you get back there. Rick Bernardo. Okay? All right, it was so nice to meet you, and
Yeah,
I will
thank you.
be back tomorrow afternoon around 4:30.
Okay.
Okay, great, it was so
Thank
nice to meet you. Okay, so you want to let the client know when you'll be back, who they're allowed to talk to, who they're not allowed to talk to. Your client has to know that you respect him, that you work together, and that bond begins the moment you meet. So I want you to go out tomorrow morning, you're going to be meeting with your clients, and I want you to start the relationship that's going to end with a verdict of not guilty.